Okay, we are live. So, what we are going to be today is we're going to go ahead and replace the shell for my Game Boy Advance SP. It got cracked, unfortunately, due to a little accident, but it's not in it still operates, but it is not in a usable condition anymore. It's really split open. So, what I've done is I've actually gone ahead and purchased a extreme rate shell replacement. So I'm going to actually play that on my other phone over here. I'm just going to put that on mute actually. Let me just go ahead and set that up here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start to, we have the replacement right over here. So let's just go and get all this opened up. I'm going to follow the instructions that is available on YouTube, and then we're going to go ahead and also, what's it called? So I'm going to put that over here. Let's see what this. Okay, there we go. That's how this opens up. So I'm going to put this over here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just put that over there. Let's put this over here. And we'll put this over here. Now, I'm probably going to have to use all the components. That's how this is actually demonstrated in the video. So lots of components here, buttons and such. So we're going to have to probably go through all of them. I think it would be just wiser to open all of these items. If I could just see what, I'm just trying to do it in the sequence that is demonstrated on the instructions. So I've got this. Let's see what I've got here first of all. Got the stuff. And that's the entire box right there. Okay, so I don't think I need to open up everything from these bags, but I'll just put them over here so that I can at least see what's what. I prefer not to make too much of a mess. We have red buttons. I know what this stuff is. This is where the game is placed. And we've got the pads. These are the pads right here. And then we've got a screwdriver. So this second. And then, oh, we've got lots of screws in there as well. So let's open this up. I'm going to have to slow down that video because it's like super, super fast. I'm going to take it down to about 50 half speed. And what it's already doing is it's already started to come on. There we go. So lots of various types of screws available. I know that there's the Phillips one, and then there's probably a V style. Is this it? I don't know. Actually, they all look the same to me. Well, anyways. Okay, my screws over here, and I can probably just forward a little bit. Okay, so he's already started to open up the other device. So he starts off by taking out the, so let's take this game out. So we don't need this game in there. Starts off by opening this piece up. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Should take out the battery. Should be pretty straightforward. Probably gonna have to speed things up when I upload this, but anyways, it is live, doing it for the first time. Okay, so what do we have here? All right, so let's just put this away for now. Put this over there. The battery seems to be in an okay. It said if it's swelling up, then it's probably, it seems to be okay. It's not swelling up or anything. Okay, I'm gonna put that away. This is actually the first time ever that I've done something like this. It is a big risk, but to be honest, I don't have a choice because, um, I mean, I can't use it in its current condition. Okay, so now we're going to do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll do 6 of these. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Hope it works. Yeah. 1. So let's just do one thing over here for now. Oh, there's shards coming out of it as I open it. 2. 3. Well, I'm just trying to put all the screws in order, and I'm trying to keep up with the video, even though I've slowed it down. They are already on their 5th screw. Oh, here we go. We're gonna just keep on going. I'm gonna have to put a pause on my instruction video over there. That. I think there were some more shards coming out of that as well. Okay, we are done with the 6 videos. 6 screws, so that is now opened up. Screws are loosened. Let's see what happens now. So now that we've loosened all the screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all he's really doing is he's just trying to open it all up, and he just puts. So you just kind of pull that up. No, wait. Pull that up, which I'm. Okay. So I actually have some tape over here. Is that causing? Yeah. Probably gonna have to slice off that tape a little bit. There we go. There we go. So that's open that, and that is probably the power button. There, that's the power button. But I think I can probably just put this to the side. Yeah, so I can just put that to the side. I don't need this piece anymore. Okay, now it's indicating about 3 more screws to open up, which is right over here. 1, 2, 3. Starting off with the middle one. It is a pretty easy. That's 1. Oh, I have to change my tool, I think, because it's a little slippery. Pause that there for a second, shall we? There we go. That's 1. That's 2. Now, my understanding is that I don't have to use these screws again. So hopefully I won't have to use, but I'm just putting them in a place over here so that they're not getting mixed up. Actually, you know what? Like that. Okay. All right, the 3 screws are now open. 1, 2, 3. There's the on and off button, I think. That must have been the volume switch. All he's doing at this point is he is just raising. Let's put this a little bit on the side. He's raising that until the ribbon is exposed. And I do see the ribbon there. I won't be able to show it, but there is a ribbon over here that should just be able to clip out. Let's press the clips. Oh, there's a black clip over there that should help too. Okay, so here's something new. According to the instructions, the ribbon I should just be able to pull that ribbon out, but there's apparently some clips, but I'm not able to press anything. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm getting something now, but I have to be super. There we go. I have to do it in a way that I don't damage anything. Yeah, because I'm thinking that if I put too much, there we go. Okay. So basically, you kind of have to press the little black thing, the clip holding the clip downwards rather than inward, downward. And that will just bring the ribbon out. So the ribbon is now out right over there. Okay. And the device is already sort of, I'm getting a lot of shards and pieces coming out. This, I can just put that to the side right over here. No worries. Okay. So what he's doing at this point is that he's removing all the padding. So I want to do one thing though. I want to just go back to see how this padding, because it was previously, see now they've got those shards of pieces stuck over here as well. So when that device fell on the ground by my number one guy, it sort of broke. But anyways, no worries. Just start pulling up all this padding off. Yeah. I don't think I'll be needing to use these pads. There are two pads also that are kind of, oh, there it is. I think that's it right over there. Okay, the speaker, this is actually the speaker. It should be able to just come out like that. And the foam is also there. So that's out. All right, so now they're flipping it around. I have all the pieces off, which is fine. But let me just follow the instructions here. Okay, what are we doing, sir? What we are doing is, once this is all done, he's just flipping it around like so. Oh, I'm just having pieces fall off, and I'm able to now detach the screen. Okay, but there are a couple of things that happen. Why did he? Okay. Well, I was just curious because when he flipped, all these pieces didn't fall off, but in my case, they all did. So I'm just curious if maybe I flipped it wrong. Well, I mean, nothing got lost. It's just that it's everywhere. Okay, so now what he's doing is detaching this ribbon. So this piece is completely broken. We're just going to put this away. He's taken this piece out. What? Oh, okay, that's not what happened with me, because my thing is completely attached. All right, but what we need to do now is we need to take these little paddings. So I'm gonna have to get my tweezer. I actually do have a tweezer available. It'll just take me a second here to get my tweezer, because apparently those are really small pieces. I think this should do it. Yeah, this will do it. I've got this stuff right over here. So I'm supposed to pull this off, these paddings off. And I did say that be careful not to scratch the screen, because that would be a little bit of a, wait, hold on. It's a pretty narrow. I can see the access, but it's not. Okay, now I've got under it. Maybe it's the glue or yeah, and I'm damaging the the padding as well a little bit. I believe there is more padding. Geez, this is not gonna come out. Okay, I figured out a way. If you could just take the tweezer there and just ride it along, then there is a chance that you won't scrape off the padding. And I don't know if there's a glue that attaches it. Maybe not. But if there was, then this thing has been around for a very long time. So I would not. I don't think it's a glue, actually, to be honest. I think it's just you got to be a little careful to not end up scratching the screen. There we go. I think the ribbon is in okay condition. It does look kind of bent the wrong way. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's just get this going, shall we? Okay. So there is one more pad in there. It's just like a soft rubber, to be honest. But what I want to do is I want to know if I can just hold on. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a third one as well. 1, 2. There's a fifth one right in the middle over here. Is that something that will also? Yeah, that's also something that will come out. I could probably use a tweezer. This one it's a little smaller than the other ones, so I'm gonna have to just dig. Oh, if you use your fingers and just sort of pull it, it'll help you slide the tweezer under it a little bit more easily, I suppose. Come on. I'm using my fingers tips a little bit to help me with it. But anyways, I did get it out. Okay, that is out. All right, now I'm gonna have to unscrew this. All 5 of these. What was those 3? Oh, okay, so those screws are for this, the chipboard right over there. All right, now we're gonna have to unscrew. Okay, I need a smaller. Where's my other screwdriver? There it is. But apparently the size of the screws are always a little different. I think. Hold on. Where did the other one fit? Is it good? Well, yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, it's running now. It's driving. Oh, it's okay. So danger. It's sort of riding on, and is it? I think it's probably because there's a layer of. Okay, there's a layer of plastic. I guess maybe that's the glue that's causing it. That's blocking my access to the screw head. It is a Phillips screw head, but that's what is stopping my access. At least that wasn't the middle one, but it's clearly there's a plastic. So if I can probably just scrape it. I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper over here. I just hope that I don't spoil the screw head because is it? Yeah, it's running. Okay. Yeah, there's a layer of plastic there that resisting. It's causing a little bit of resistance. That's why it's not. Where did I put that? Okay, right over there. There we go. This will take a second. The thing with these YouTube, they're really informative, but sometimes they do not inform you about the nitty-gritty details, which can trip you up a little bit. You know, of course, they're selling their product, so they have to make it look like super easy. But, you know, the few videos that I watched, none of them mentioned this little layer of plastic. Oh, my entire. Oh, okay, so my shell is totally broken. So I just hope that something good comes out of it. No guarantees, but I hope. I certainly hope so. Anyways, I've got that thing open now. Hopefully, I didn't damage the screen or the ribbon in the process. Let's put that over here. Let's see what we can see. So he's opening this one. Go forward a little bit. Wait, not opening this one and this one. I was watching that the hinges is a pretty important part of this puzzle. So hopefully everything is okay. But I've got the pieces now, and this shell, I'm gonna have to, it's probably just gonna slide off. It's totally cracked up. So I'm gonna have to put that, like, it's totally cracked up. I'm putting everything in a sort of a organized fashion over there. Okay, hold on. This is a little important because what he's doing is, gee, I wish I could clean that. All right, I'm gonna have to be like, let me be a little careful there. He actually went ahead and flipped around. I don't have to because, you know, my thing is just gonna come off like right there. I kind of don't have to do that. That's my screen right over there. And I'm just gonna put this on the side now. And what he's indicating is that there are a couple of these hinges that I need to take out. But I am curious about something. The hinges were actually supposed to be attached to this piece. That's no longer the case. I have one hinge which is attached over here. Question is this left or right? So let's see here. I mean, I can take it off. It should be able to come out pretty. Actually, you know what? I can probably just. How do we? There we go. Okay, so that's one that came out. There. Just blow onto that a little bit. I'm just curious that. So let me just do one thing here for a second. I want to know which one is he taking out first, because mine's actually, the shell is broken. It's in pieces now. Typically, this should have been attached over here. Okay. So this would be. See, what's happening is that. Okay, so because it was like this, so this would be the right one. Because this is what I took out from here. So this is actually the right one. Okay, so I'm going to put this white one on the right side like so. And then we're going to take out the left one. So let me just see how he does that. Put that away. A lot of small pieces. I think he just uses a tweezer to pull this little padding out. Okay, wait. Or is he just, I think, you know what they're doing, the way he's showing it? He just sort of mildly puts the screwdriver in there and just sort of pops it out, but I'm feeling that it won't pop out that easily because of, okay, let's see what we can do. We're just trying to figure my way here. So he you know what he's doing? Literally, he's just putting this like so, and then he's just gently knocking on this. But I actually don't think that's going to come out so easily because there's that little anchoring. So I don't think it's actually going to come out like that. So hold on, one more thing. And when he does that, according to him, it just sort of pops out. Yeah, you know, I want to be a little bit. I'm going to maneuver my way a little bit, just loosen it up. Oh, yep, the plastic. There's a chance that the plastic will get scraped. Okay, can I use this? No. Oh, there we go. I kind of had to bend it a little bit, so I hope it didn't damage it, but I did. Anyways, it is what it is now. And this, okay. I mean, even in the videos, I knew this was going to be a complex part. According to that, this whole thing will just come out. So let's see if it comes out or not. What I can do is maybe I can just try to. Okay, well, that came out. I don't know if it was a very good way it came out, but it did come out. It's there. It's there. Yeah. This is complex. How do I get this one out? Maybe if I turn it around, would it help? Oh, I think that helped a little bit. Should I just... Yeah, I'm just trying to be careful not to damage it. Really, he's just knocking on it and it just pushes out of place. There's some small pieces of the plastics which I can pull out. Here, let me just pull that out. You know, I was thinking that maybe I'll save on to the original casing, but it's really not in a position to be saved. So I'm a little bit concerned about how I pull this out. And I want to say that I should just be able to pull it out, but I can't. We're going to keep on trying. Let's just keep on trying and let's see what happens. Okay. I'm just worried. I'm going to try to be as careful. I'm worried that I'll break the plastic parts off the hinge. It is not going to come out. I don't think it can come out. There's no way it's going to come out this way. almost thinking, should I just smash it now? Because it's not coming out. Would that be a no-no if I just smashed it out? You know what? Let's go back to the video because it's so strange. There is nothing in there that indicates so much struggle. Okay, so he's pointing at that. I don't even know if I'll be able to do this. Anyways, let's not win. So this is the left one he's doing first, I think. Make sure the driver is placed in the center metal part of the rotating, and he's just pushing it down. And yeah, and you just wax that thing out of place, and it goes out. That's what he's doing. He's just knocking it, boom, boom, boom. Yep. One piece comes out, just knocked out. That's what he's done. He's just knocked it out. And he flips it around, and then he knocks it out. Is that what he's doing? Yep, he's just knocking it out. What? Yeah, honestly, that's what he's done. He's just knocked it out. So it's a little bit unfortunate that that's not what is happening. This is not going to just knock out of place. But I'm going to see if I can pull it out the other way. Nope. It's not coming out the other way either. Jeez, it almost looks like... I'm just curious, will it really go through or not? I don't know. I'm thinking it's too big to go through. Because that plastic piece that attached... Actually, I think it's supposed to be the same size, but maybe something's just blocking it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to. I'm thinking I'm just gonna pry this part. To be honest, at this point, yeah, because I think I'm just gonna pry that with a wire cutter. So let's do that. Let's just get a small wire cutter. I'm gonna pry that piece out, hopefully, without causing too much damage. I don't know if I have weapons. Sure I have. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate that I don't have a wire cutter. So I'm going to have to use a tool. Unfortunately, I don't have a wire cutter, so I'm going to have to use this tool over here. It's an old classical gaming system. Oh, there we go. All right. Didn't use too much force, but it just broke into pieces. That's fine. The part that I wanted is right over here, so that's out. And I have pieces and pieces of Game Boy casing all over this counter. But that's okay. We got the piece. Oh boy, I hope my screen is okay. Yeah, my screen is fine. I'm probably gonna have to get a cloth to clean it, and I have just a cloth because it has to be a soft cloth that doesn't scratch up the screen. I know I have one. Yeah. Okay. I found one. I just hope it doesn't bother it. But what we'll do now is I'm just going to wipe it up a little bit with this piece of cloth because the screen is your critical part. The screen is a critical part right over here. So I'm just going to give it a very gentle wipe. In fact, I would say that this is the first time the screen is, well, the insides of the screen is actually getting cleaned up. So I'm probably doing it a little bit of a favor. Yeah, it's the Nintendo Game Boy. The Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a wipe. It's not 100%, but I'll probably put the force on it later. Anyways, they are all opened up. So I have all the pieces now. And lots of shards everywhere. Let's just clean up some of this work area. I have a lot of small plastic pieces, but at least it's all opened up now. We can actually get to it now, right? We're gonna get to it now. I'm gonna get the instructions back on my other phone. So these are the two hinges right over here. There's one over here, and then the other one is right over here. This is what holds the mechanism in place. Okay, anyways, so that was so far the longest part of this entire process. All right, now it starts off with this. Let's see what he's gonna do now. So he's just putting it on like this, and he's got the casing, which is, okay, hold on, there it is. He's got the casing, which is right over here, and we can just drop that in place, right, like so. Okay, and then he's pulling in, what is that? Okay, so we're gonna go for the covers used on these hinges. So let's see, where are they located? Not here. It's somewhere over here. Is it? Is it there? I don't see it over here. Let's see, where is it? This is actually the most complicated piece of this entire. These are the buttons, so it's not here. These are some smaller screws. Oh, so they've actually provided two sets of, oh, they actually provided 3 sets of buttons. Fine, but the thing is, where are the pieces that I need? Where are those pieces? Hold on a second. I wonder if it's already here. Is it over here? No. Where is it? Oh, is it over here? No. That is weird. Well, I'm not able to find some. I don't think I'm able to find a few pieces. Let me look at this here for a second. Is there anything over here? Is it this? No, those are the buttons. So nope, not that. But nothing came out of that either. So this is interesting. But I'm not able to find some pieces. I know I didn't damage them, but I believe they're supposed to be hooked up to this. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's see what he's doing. So basically what he's done is that he's using, there's supposed to be a little piece that covers this up, and I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe it's there, but Oh, I found them. I found them. Hold on. Good. It's right over here. So let's take this out. There we go. Okay, let's do this. So there are a couple of these covers that we're supposed to do something with. I don't think it matters which is left or right. What he's doing is that he's slipping. Basically, you're just supposed to slip them in, slide them in, which I just did. Yeah, there we go. So that one slide in place, which is very nice. There's a sort of so on the white piece, there's a rising. So that is the piece that enters, and then you cannot go beyond it. And he's basically saying that you need to put it as such that the see there's one. So hold on. There's an alignment needed to enter this to fit this piece in here. Oh, I see it now. Oh, yes. If you look through here, right there, you'll see that the plastic is sort of, there's a sort of a wall on the sides. So that would prevent this from entering randomly. So I believe the wall is like this. So this would go in like that. And should I snap it in place? Let's see what he does. I'm sure it's just gonna. Yep, it snapped in place. Okay, good. Now we're going to do the same exercise with this one. It's going to ride down there and it won't go. There's a maximum to how much it can go. So you just have to make sure that you just slide it in properly. Like you're sliding in a key, it will only go in a certain way. You just don't have to, just don't force it. There we go. And then I suppose, wait, is he going to enter this now? Or do I wait? One set of, it's not a very, I don't know if it sits nicely or not, but anyways, maybe that's part of the finishing. And same with this, it's going to ride in a certain way. But I'm a little bit concerned right now. Okay, because oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, da, 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 da. Yeah, guys. Okay, so that's a learning. That's a learning. But what's happened is that this has actually gone backwards. This has actually gone backwards, and that's a little bit of a bore because now I won't be able to. Oh wait, okay. Well, that it's supposed to go in like this. So let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get this in. Hold on. It's supposed to go in this way. It's not snapping in place. Okay, now it's snapped in place. There's really no one here to visit, so is he doing the second? Yeah, now he's doing that. Thank God. Okay, so emergence crisis averted. I was afraid that there we go. That snapped into place as well. So the plastic pieces are coming. You can see the plastic pieces sort of come out of there. Now it's sort of anchored itself. Okay. So there is that. That bit is done. Now we're gonna go for the screen. And what it's really doing is there's a little slot over there. Now this is the tricky part. It's supposed to fold. So hold on. I wanna just see what's happening over there. So it's like folded. Is it just one loop? I think it's like one loop like that. Oh, let me go back there for a second. Is it one loop? I think it's just one loop on the ribbon. So let's see. Hold on, please. But this is gonna. It's a little weird though because. Anyways, let's see. There's a little slot over there for the wire cable for the wire ribbon. So yeah, so there is I can confirm now that there is one loop and it just goes through. Okay, so this is going to require a little bit of skill work, and I have to do it in a way that the ribbon does not get damaged. Okay. Oh no, I gotta go back. Okay, so how he's done it is basically from one side, he's just sort of pushed that ribbon down, and that's it. And he just sort of puts the ribbon. So you know when he lays it down like this, I'm almost thinking that there's like two folds, two roundabouts on the ribbon. But let me see. Honestly, I'm seeing it that it's just gone like this. So 1 and 2. That's what I'm seeing. But when he drops it in there, like so, which it's gone in, I can just pull it out as well. Okay. There we go. Sorry, if you want to close up all this, you're probably going to have to go to the instructions. But I did put it in there, and he's just sort of laying it down like that. Hold on. What I want to do is, if I can, without... Is that it? That's how it's going to be? I don't know. For some reason, it's cleaner in how the... Oh! Geez Louise. And he just puts it in there. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, I think, because I just think that his is sitting a little bit better, but maybe it will find its place. There we go. He will install the shell after this. Yeah. So you just do that. And just drop it in there like so. Okay, I'm just gonna do that right now for now. It seems okay. It's sitting in place in my opinion. And then you basically grab the top cover, right? And we will just sort of drop it in place like this. It's in place now. I'm not sure if he's gonna secure it right now, but I'm sure he will. There. Okay, so now he's going for those 5 screws. Now I have an option. I can either use my screws, the original ones, or I could opt for the new ones. I'm just a little unsure what would be the right way to do it. Perhaps it makes sense. He's using the original ones, but I have a lot of screws over here. And some are big and some are small. So you know what? I think I'll use this. So let's drop all our screws in this little plastic cover right over here, because they're different sizes. I think at least that they're different sizes. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 screws, I believe, are needed. 2, 4. Yeah, let's get a. So just drag that away over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have, okay, it looks like I have like extra screws based on this. So I've got one, okay. So we've got 1, 2. I think, yeah, they've actually shipped like multiple screws. So the smallest screws are going to be used on the motherboard. And then we've got I've got 3 of here. My guess is that these are all like extra screws, which is fine. But the problem now, question then is that which screws do I use, right? So let's figure it out. So these are the smallest ones. These are the biggest ones. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. That's what it is. So based on that, I can tell you for sure that these were the ones that were used on the screen, and this is this one. So I can either use the golden ones or I can, or not. So let's just look at this for a second. So I'm sure they're all the small ones. So based on this, I'm gonna just slide these screws over here. I can probably just use, are they the smallest ones? Yeah, okay. So the longest one's over there. Okay, so all right, here's what's gonna happen. Let's get my instructions opened. Yeah, he's just, all right. So I'm going to, smallest one over here. Are these are the ones. So, okay. So take this. Careful. Oh, okay. I did notice one thing. Okay, the original Game Boy. So I'm not going to use these ones. I don't think these are the ones that will go there. These are all. Just try to protect the screen as much as you can, because that will otherwise destroy So now I'm thinking, which one should I use now? Because, I mean, that's the 4. Is that, these are too small. These seem to be as used on the chip. And these ones are also too long. Honestly, the problem is that there's a Phillips screwdriver, and then there's a like a 3-piece screwdriver. Yeah, and apparently in the original configuration of the screws, the Phillips version was used on the screen, and I know because I have that over here. Here's the one that was stuck on the. This is actually a typical Phillips screw, and that was but based on what I'm seeing, that the size, the triple, the 3-head screw, which is this one over here, does not match that. So we're just gonna have to go with what we're seeing, and I'm gonna start to screw this in. As long as it goes all the way in, I suppose it's fine. You don't need to like torque it to the maximum. Just do it tight enough. That's something I've also learned in manufacturing, is that as long as it's tight enough, it's good. It doesn't wiggle, but never over torque it, because that is going to ruin the components that's holding it together. The plastic pieces. It's going to, the pressure is going to go somewhere, right? And what it does is it expands those pieces that are in contact with the screw, and that ruins it. Now, I'm not saying that I'll have to open this often, but as long as it doesn't split open from here, we should be fine. 2 more. There we go. I'm putting my fingertip on the corner of the screen, so to provide sort of some degree of protection. Okay. Where are you going? And my other concern is, the other thing what you need to sort of be cautious of is that the screw finds its place in the hole, so that it's not going in at an angle. Usually a telltale sign of that is that you're not able to screw it all the way in. That usually means that it's not going as good. Anyways, I have screws in place. Just gonna give it one final torque. Nothing too hard. I'm not gonna go super hard on it. As long as it just stays in place, which is what's happening. It's staying in place. Put the ribbon over here. The ribbon, unfortunately, is sort of bending. Anyways, we are done with that, so we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so we have put the screws in place. And let's just forward that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're all in place now. And he's gonna do the 5th one. Oh, wait. Let's go back a little bit. Now, after he's done the 5th one, all he really does is he's just gonna Let's just see what it does. Hold on. I think he's just going to close it. That's all. And he just snaps it in place. There we go. It snaps back in place. Puts it down. And then he's got this piece over here. Now there is they've actually provided a screw hole over there. And what he's done is that he sort of flipped it this way. Ah, yes, there should be, yeah, there's in fact a screw over there. Wait, let me just see. How did he drop it in there? You really kind of just drop it in place like that. Just drop it in place like that. I see the screw hole over there. The ribbon is there, and I don't really like where the ribbon is. The ribbon is bothering me a little bit. I have a feeling that the ribbon should not be bending in that way, and it's sort of stuck between that. So I'm now thinking I'm going to have to loosen this up a little bit, because the ribbon is sort of squeezed between the casing, which I don't like. So if I just loosen it up ever slightly so that we can get the ribbon out of there. Maybe if I just, if not, that is probably going to pinch the ribbon. Okay, that's loose. I don't think I need to loosen this side, but I'll loosen it anyways. There we go. There we go. The ribbon is now out, and we can just hopefully tighten this up. And there's another reason why it's always better not to over torque it, because in this case we saw that it got in its way, but now it's out, so it's okay. Okay, so then what we do is we crack. I do think that the ribbon has sort of folded too much, a little more than it should be. Hold on. Folding is not a good thing. But now what we can do is I can just, at least, yeah, that's fine. There we go. And the ribbon. Now there's actually a screw hole under here where we can, where we're gonna have to tighten the ribbon. And let's just see what it does. And which screw should I be using for that matter? Because I don't remember opening up that screw. I guess because it was all shattered. But it does say that I have to use a screw over there. Which one is he going to use? Is he going to use the shortest one or what? Or it doesn't matter? He's probably using this one over here. So let's do that. Let's see what happens. I mean, based on this, it seems like they've provided additional screws. Okay. Just tighten it up a little bit. Some more torque force went into that. How much is it going to do it? It's still tightening it. I did it pretty quickly. I hope it stays. It should stay in place. It didn't seem like it was very long. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, that's it as far as that is concerned. What are we doing now, sir? Well, he's using the speaker. So I have the speaker. I'm just going to throw, there's a little foam casing over there, which is fine. just gonna put that in place. And now what's he doing? Okay, the LCD cover. I have the LCD cover right over there. I guess it doesn't matter what's up or down, does it? Actually, I think it will matter. Is it like this? Yeah. Or is it the other way? Yeah, well, I mean, I think I dropped it down correctly. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go the other way. All right, well, I hope not. Hold on. What? Will it go on this way? It does not. So it's going to have to go the other way, and I think because it's sticking out too much if I do it this way. I don't think it's supposed to stick out so much. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, it's not even. I'm just taking a closer look as to what he's doing. It's supposed to sit down flat, so it's got to be the other way around. I think it's the other way around. It's basically not like this, but like so. Seems to be sitting better this way. Okay, anyways, that's that. What else? What are this? Okay, so that is that a button? Yeah, I think he's moved towards some of the, wait, he's moved towards some of the buttons now. And now I need to decide if I want black or I'm not gonna go with the yellow and blue or yellow and red, so I'll just probably go with this stuff right over here. Yeah. So let's see. I'm quite sure that this goes here. Okay, so what about A and B? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Which one is A and which one is B? I don't want to mix that up. So I'm gonna have to forward this up a little bit. I just want to be sure that I'm getting A and B on correctly. Okay, B comes first. So B is actually, what's it called? Hold on. All I want to be sure is that I'm getting the right button in the right spot. That's all. So B is closer. This is B. Oh, okay. So actually, I didn't have to think about it because they've already sort of made it such that there's no other way it would have gone on. Okay, well, good thought though. It was a good thought. Let's just forward this a little bit. Let's see what the buttons are. Speaker is on, LED cover is on. That button goes on. The buttons are on, and then the pad, which is this one right over here, this goes on as well. So we've got the padding on. And then what is this? The start and that stuff. Yeah. Although I'm a little curious. There we go. And then hold on. And then they've got the, so that's that. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's going way too fast, sir. We're going way too fast. Hold on. Okay. So what he's done is he's got, so I'm going to be putting these on. Okay. Just want to see which is it, which way does it go? It looks like it goes on. Right? Okay. So like so. And then like so. This goes on like this, I suppose. Huh, this is not fitting on me. So because so there's some size differences that should indicate which one goes where. And now it's a matter, okay, yeah, so they have actually created a sort of a little loop over there to explain how that fits. So that's how this will sit. That's everything, guys. That is everything. I attached the speaker earlier. No big deal. Speaker goes on. So the padding is on, all the stuff. The bigger 8 goes here, the smaller 8 goes there. Just bring this down. Where's our chipboard, sir? Where is our chipboard? I believe it's right over here. So this is going to be basically at this point, what we want to do is we want to reattach this the cable back onto the chipboard. Now it's supposed to just slip in place, plug in the flex cable. That's what it's supposed to do. I guess it's over there, yeah. So I tell you, the way they're showing it, it's like a simple slide in and that's it. Geez, that's how he's showing it. Like, oh yeah, you just kind of just simply slide it in and it'll just go in place. And you're like, seriously, is it that really that easy? Hopefully, without damaging it. Easy, yeah. So okay, we're gonna attach this piece of it, and let's see if it slides in as easily as they're demonstrating. I am a little bit skeptical, but let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Well, that went in, but how do I secure it? I mean, it's got to be secured in there, right? See, what's happening is that it did not go in straight, and you got to be careful with the ribbon that you don't overstretch it or you break it, because that could be a problem. I will tell you, it is a task getting all this done. It's not as simple as just so. Okay. Why are you out? Stay back inside. Yeah, you stay in. Oh. So the little black pieces are actually clips that have help to keep it in place. Now, I'm just thinking that when I touch this cable, is it okay? I mean, is it like one of those things where you make contact with flash? And, oh, wait, that, if I can just seal that in. Okay. Okay, it seems to be in place now. I do know one thing that if it's not in place, then I'd probably have to come out and punch that out again. Okay. I'm still running. This is the best it can go. Only you would just stay in spot and not move around so much. Probably get it done faster. Okay, so it does slide in easily, but it doesn't stay in place. And that's where the issue really is coming. Okay. I think this is the best I can do for now. Where are my glasses? Uh, all the buttons are in place. Yes. And then I'm going to have to just put it down. Just slide it in place like so. So I've slided it in place, and there are 3 screws which I have to use, which I believe are the smallest screws, which are going to go here, here, and here. So that is in fact that's these ones right over here. I believe these are the smallest ones. Yeah, I'm no electrician and I'm not an engineer. I mean, I think I'm pretty good with some of these these detailed sort of things, but you know, since I'm not that technical, I don't do installations or things like that, but I have some exploratory experience with these things, so I'm just doing it in the best way I can. I'm just trying to be super careful. I'm trying to follow the instructions as closely as possible. The one thing with instructions is, they make it look really easy, and they have to, so that people buy their products. But it does require a lot of, you have to just make sure that you're doing properly. Otherwise, you're going to miss a step. You're going to install something wrong, and such. Anyways, I believe now we just have to install the. Oh, that's already there. Why is that already there? Anyways, this is the slide piece is there. Is it there from before? I mean, I can either leave that as it is. I think that was there from before. I don't mind leaving it there, to be honest. Yeah, basically what's happening is that the original volume button is there. Is that the original volume, or is that the power button, or is that the oh, okay, so this slide, this is the volume, or what is this? I'm forgetting, but anyways. Why are you not going in your spot? So this piece is already there, so I don't have to worry about that. This is already there. The volume in the PC in the tutorial guys is unremovable. Oh, okay. So that's already there. But why is he? Okay, so the volume button is already, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, fine. What about this piece right over here? If it's removable, so mine is not removable, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not even bothered. So, but then the question is, right over here, what happens over here? This is the power button. Do I not do the power button right now? I guess not. Yeah, I can do the power button right now. All you gotta do is just, let me just watch. It seems super loose. Wait, what? Okay, he's installing the volume button. I don't want to install that. What? Okay, he's actually installing the volume button. I'm not, I don't have to do that. Mine's pre-installed, so I'm not gonna be touching that. Okay. This is the volume button right over here. It functions fine. Oh, so he's now pulling in the other piece, the battery pack. My battery pieces cover is already out, so I don't have to worry about that. Are we closing it already? Wow. Seriously? Wait, what? What's he doing? Oh, there's that little square piece. Yeah, I know where that is. Hold on. It's right over here. Yeah, I see this square piece right over there. Yep, I see the square piece right over there, and it's right over here. Wait. No, come on. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Try to be super careful. Trying to be super careful over there. Okay. The square piece is actually going to. Is there like an up, inside, outside of that? Why are you not going? Wait, what? What do I do after I put it at? So I put that little square piece down there. That's in there. There's a little metallic square piece that goes inside there, which I've done. And it sort of fits in, like, the kind of almost tightly fits in there. Because is he flipping it? No, he's not flipping it. But what he is doing is that he's pulling out this little metallic piece, plate, which is this one right over here. He's got a little bit of a sticker as well. So we just have to make sure that we're applying it on the right place. I think this is for insulation. So this basically goes like that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, guys, this is where you have to apply your, hopefully your hands are stable. Why are you not coming out of your, there we go. I think it's set fine. Okay, and now we can just peel off the blue layer from here, which I'm doing now is done. Peeled it off. Let's see where that goes. And basically where that goes is right there. 1, 2, and 3. I believe there's going to be the smallest one, maybe. Yeah, I think it's the smallest one. Maybe not. It's not the smallest one, it's the mid-size. It's not the Phillips screw either, it's the other one. So, but it's a fairly simple installation. Let's just make sure we don't slide our screwdriver the wrong way. Not over torquing it, so just two screws. That's what I have so far. Is there a third one? I don't think so, that's it, it's just 2. Okay, so 1, 2. Let's see what he's reaching out for now. Oh, the springs. Okay, so we have a couple of springs over here. They're supposed to be like left and right. So let's see, and we've got like additional springs. So let me just show you what he's done. Let's see which one's what. So, okay, so the bend is actually, the fold is, I don't think I have the correct springs, hold on. So there's one. The springs are a little, you just have to make sure that you're doing them correctly, but I have them now. So we're just going to save these other springs. Take this one, put that over there. So the good thing is they have spares, which is always a nice thing. In case something goes where it's not supposed to. The springs on the left and right are distributed from left and right. Be sure to distribute it correctly according to the instructions. What are we seeing now? We're gonna see this. This is wait, are we doing the left button first? Yes, we're doing the left button first. Okay. That's how he's holding it. Okay, I think I know what's happening. There we go. Yeah. What happened? Nothing. Hold on. Okay. Here. Oh, this thing keeps sliding off. Okay, this is a little bit tricky because when you have this thing here, then you need to pull this one out and relax it, I think, over there. There we go. That's sitting in place. And then we'll do the same thing with the other key. Right over here. This is the right one, I believe. And he's holding it this way. Wait, what? This will require a little bit of careful maneuvering. I'm going to put it in place over here. Again, guys, my video is not an instruction video. You probably won't even be able to see what I'm doing, but at least I can, for someone who's like done this for the doing this for the first time, I can at least give you my experience of it, and hopefully you'll at least learn what should or should not be. Okay, anyways, the buttons are fairly simple to install. And I've got the spring mechanism anchored in place as well. So now there's tension. Now the buttons are going back in their spot. When you press them, this one, they're springing back, which is what should be happening. Okay, so that's that. And then what? Let's see. What are these? Oh, what is that piece? Is that the... It's this piece. I guess that's the... Is that the power button, maybe? What goes where? Okay, basically it just goes down this way. Just slide in place. There we go. Yeah, that's an on-off button. Got a nice clicking feel to it. Place the power button down and make sure the button is off. Yeah, it's off. There's that. Oh, are we coming to our final piece? There's the, make sure it's down. Please be sure the power button is off. It should be down there. And then all he's doing is sort of flipping it around. Well, no, he's not flipping it around, but what he's doing is he's kind of aligning that. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the long screws, two long and two short, to tighten 1, 2. Is he going to do the small ones first? Yeah, I think he's going to do the center ones first and then that. So that's fine because I can. These are relatively small ones, right? Yeah. Okay. Typically, when a screw is not lined up properly, it will not go in its place, and that's what's happening right now. Is obviously it is not lined up properly, which is why it is not going through. Yeah, and that's probably that metal piece as well, I think. So I hope it's not one of those things where, geez, should I just torque it? I mean, it's literally making a sound, which I'm not very. There is a smaller, I mean, I don't have to go. I wonder if I go for the smaller size screws. Because I do have like 4 really small size screws. I wonder if I should be using that. I'm supposed to have 3 of those. I don't know where. Let's see if this goes in. So, where did that go though? Those small screws. They were supposed to go on the chipboard. Uh-oh. That button is not. The button is stuck. My A button is stuck. Yep, and this is part of the learning. This is what happens. So my A button is actually compressed. It's just not popping out. So I have a feeling that something is not sitting well. So we're gonna have to go back. But these seem to be okay. The side buttons, they seem to be fine. But my A button is not sitting well. Let's see if we can get that out. Oh geez. So I've actually partially damaged. Hopefully it didn't. I did sort of damage that. Why is my A button not? Yeah. So the unfortunate piece of this story is that I'm going to have to open it up because my A button is not sitting well for whatever reason. So that goes. These are in fact the small screws. Okay. Yeah. That goes. And that goes. Well, so this is a little bit sad that I'm actually having to go a little backward because my A button is stuck. It's just not coming back. I don't know what's up with that, but I should be able to. Hopefully, let's see. Yeah. Uh, the start and select buttons are nice. The A button, I'm not. Okay. So I made a goof up. Oh, I did sort of. I broke my own rule and I over torqued it. So the shell piece is a little bit engraved now. It did not pierce all the way, so I don't think there's going to be any problem with that. But anyways, it's just one of those things that, well, now that's happened. And that's why we've sometimes better instructions would have been valuable. Cool. Anyways, let's see what happens. Because you never know, I might install and the battery's not even charged. So who knows if it's actually going to run or not. That's the volume button. It said keep that down. That is down. We're just gonna slip that in place and go there. Yes, very good. We're gonna use our smallest screw, which is this shorter screw, which is this one, which was not indicated because I'm supposed to use the shorter screw to go this way. Oh geez, I don't think it's lined up properly again. Sometimes it is so annoying. Yeah, that's better, I think. Again, I don't want to over torque, but I don't think it's sitting. Is it even spinning? I don't know. You know what's happened? It's not even going into place now. I think oh geez. Maybe we could have just screwed this up like earlier rather than later. I think what's happened is that it has now. I don't even know. Oh, geez. Yeah, what's happened is that this piece is sort of given way, so it's not going to sit as well as it should. I guess the component was a little weak or whatever, but yeah, this thing is not going to tighten up or loosen. It's probably just stuck there now. What is the consequence of that? I don't know. I do not know, but we're stuck with it now. wish I could just pull that out somehow. But I think it's just stuck in place now. It's disappointing. Oh, why do I even have this on? Isn't that for the battery? It's supposed to be for the battery? Jeez, what a... okay, that's a little bit of a goof up. Do I have that over here? I wonder. Do I have that piece here? I have that piece. So I do have... So if I can somehow recover this, I can probably... There is a way, but how do I do it? Just come on, come on. Ah, Lord. Actually, basically I shouldn't have tightened the screw over here, because this opening was for the battery cover, right? So this is the battery cover, and that's what that was for. It didn't have to go there. So now what's happened is that my battery cover is sort of I won't be able to tighten it. You know, and it's not like one of those things where you can just break it apart. Let's see, maybe the more I pry, the more I'm going to damage it. It's not that this is... yeah. Well, I'm going to see if I can open this up, and then we'll continue the stream. I'm going to end it for now. So I think what's happening is... it's a 4, right? Yeah. Oh, it might be... यही तो मैं कर रहा था. Sorry. Oh, is the streaming still happening? I thought I had paused it. Anyways, I got out of it. I used the pliers to pull out that piece. That screw head basically, I had lost the screw head was basically, it had lost its shape, so there was no way I could turn it. I had to use a sort of a pliers to get it out of its place. It worked, and I did not damage anything. So that's good. There's a little bit of a gash over here, but it's no big deal. Well, what happens now? Let's see here. I'm going to have to tighten a screw over here, and that will hold everything in place. Is it the smallest one? I'm not sure. It looks like it's a small one. So I guess is it this one? It could be this one if needed, but I'm not going to use this one. Let's see what we have here. I've got. Can I just use like? Wait, hold on. It looks like it's the smallest one, which would in this case be like this one over here. Just drop that in place. We just drop that in place. I hope that should be it. Well, if not, at least I have. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the smallest screw over there? No. Okay, well, okay, so I think it's this one that goes over here. It's not the smallest one. There we go. And now we'll go for the larger ones. Over there. The sound of it going into place is good, but at the same time, it's a little worrisome because I'm like, I hope I'm not over torquing it. Okay. What? Yeah. The longest screws will go on these outer or the corners of the device, and it would make sense anyway because it's these are the ones that holds everything in place. And that should hold everything in place from my perspective. Just to be sure that okay, I'm doing the final torquing. So I thought there was some pads or something that puts everything in place. This is my old battery, original one. I hope it's not bubbling up, but that goes there. And then the cover goes here like so. And this is where the screw, that fourth screw that gave me a problem, this is where that screw goes. So this is the one that's ruined. I have one right over here. Hopefully I'm not gonna mess it up now. Hopefully. And I'm not even gonna tighten it too much. I think it's fine the way it is. Well, there's a label. Where does this label go? Over there? Okay. How? Okay. Let's get this label. It's got a nice little gloss to it. I mean, I like labels, but I don't like it when they don't get aligned, and that's a little bit of a peeve for me. They don't line up properly. Okay. Now the final piece of this entire exercise is just getting those screw holes over here covered, and they've provided like padding for that. So it's over here. I'm going to pull it out. Let's see. Looks like we have extra. And what is this? What is this? What's this for? I don't think these are extra, are they? Oh, okay. So they are extra. Okay, I got you. So how does this work? You just basically pull it out and just snap it in place, which is fairly easy. And I think what happened was when I was detaching this, there was that glue, a layer of that glue that was basically dried and sort of stuck to the screws, which is why I was not getting a full access to the screw. Okay, this is too big. So these must be extras. And then we must have 3 over here then. Yes, we do. So 1 goes there. 1. 2. And 3. Took me 2 hours to get this done, I swear. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's that. I think as far as installation goes, this is everything. Do I have any pieces? Yes, I do have some pieces. At this point, you're just supposed to turn it on, but mine might not turn on because my batteries are not charged. I can probably charge my battery. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, but that is the situation right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these are all my original pieces. I'm going to just put them away like so. And some of these buttons, the buttons actually were never the problem. It was always the shell that was the problem. But all these pieces are fine. So let's save them. The rest of the shell I'll probably just throw away. And basically at this point, you're just supposed to turn it on. Uh-oh. Which right now it's not. Oh, it is turning on. Look at that. Well, that's kind of cool. Should we... let's just do a trial run and let's see what happens. Seems to be working. Okay, so the battery is certainly running low. Let me just make sure the buttons are working. Okay, let's see what we can do. All right, so buttons are working. I don't know what the top button does, but they're working. Well, guys, wait, the down button is, yeah, no, it's working. Quite. Well, guys, that was it. So we've sort of reshelled our Game Boy, and it looks pretty nice. It feels good. You know, a lot of, you know, sometimes I'm always like having to preserve the original components, but honestly, the old stuff is really like terrible condition now. So I'm gonna have to just trash this away. There's no point keeping all of this. But we've done it. Isn't that so cool? We have actually done it, and here is the Extreme Rate Game Boy casing. Well, that was quite an exercise. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to have to edit this video because it's literally 2 hours long. But that was something. Guys, well, thank you so much, and we'll catch you all next time.